Just outside the medieval village of Beerton, in a valley of the Carpathian Mountains in Romania, was a forest filled with leafy tree after leafy tree. A freshwater river ran through it, and the moon high above was shining down, providing enough light for Florin, Felix, and Niku to play Chase the Squirrel. The game involved trying to chase a red squirrel.
"Oh, it's you again. What do you want, Egghead?" The Fang Fairy looked down her longish nose at Niku. "No, hello? Didn't I tell you last time that I didn't like you and never to call upon me? I just happened to be at a blood-tasting event that was being hosted by an unaware, overweight, succulent, comatose bank manager, and yet again you disturb me and magic me away from there. What do you want now? I'm a very busy fairy." "Head of ginger hair. Hope that doesn't happen to me." "What are you doing here, Merlin? You shouldn't be here talking with the prisoners." The sort of miniature version of Merlin spoke with a lisp, and spit began spraying everywhere. "Merlin, I was just checking that they were still here and hadn't fled." "Rubbish! You yourself helped design this prison, and nobody can escape from it." "What did he say?" Emma got to her feet and came over to the bars. Merlin turned to face her. His blood even touched him. All around him, Kai battled Belladine in bloody skirmishes. He cleaved the skull of an archer and hobbled a swordsman before decapitating him with one swing of the axe. He leapt over the head as it rolled under his feet. Battle rage coursed through his veins in a hot river, even as he methodically cut a bloody swathe through the ranks of enemies, swarming out of the forest understory and dropping from the trees. Someone shouted, and their message sent Brishan's heart jumping to his throat. "The Gary bitch! I couldn't agree more," he whispered in her ear. He set her to squirming in his arms, her soft moans a sensual cadence in his ear, while he kissed and licked a path from her shoulders to her belly, stopping for long moments to repay her torture of him by flicking his tongue back and forth across the tips of her breasts. That she didn't pull away from fear of his teeth spoke of her faith in him and the sure knowledge he would never hurt her. A subtle quiver of tension passed through her body under his hands as he kissed a path downward towards the juncture of her thighs. Brishan opened his seriously, but it made me think it's time to move on. I can't leave you in that body. I just won't do it. You tried to leave me once, but I forgive you, Sylvia. We're all entitled to a second chance, and we're meant to be together. If you hadn't run out that night, got into the car in such a state, we'd still be together now. You weren't supposed to be driving. You were supposed to fall asleep, not get into your car, you silly, silly girl." With a pair of scissors, Marion swiftly sliced open Helen's hospital gown, exposing her chest, swiftly and silently. His feet touched the floor without a sound, and his eyes narrowed as he lowered himself into a striking position. Marcus attacked, moving in a blur. Mr. Hemingway's head slammed against a window, cracking it, and he stumbled backwards. Marcus rounded around his father and pounced on him, tackling him to the ground. The two rolled, and Marcus landed atop his father. Mr. Hemingway made to scream, only to lock eyes with his son and go lax. Blood ran into his